Jona, August keeps rolling forward on the Wax blockchain, and it's been another productive week for us. We've referenced this before, but we've had a few new hires into the team who are helping us expand into new areas, let's say, and events is one of those areas.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing that happened for us as a team, and also going forward for the company. Is not really the things that we worked on, although we definitely worked on some stuff. But some key hires that we made and that just started last week. And as you say, one of them is our new head of events, which sort of reinforces our desire to be more present and at events, to host our own events, and to just create more opportunities where we can meet the people that either already are building on Wax, or are using Wax and Atomic Hub, or those that are looking into it and that we can maybe show why they should come to Wax and Atomic Hub. So yeah, I mean, that's quite exciting. And then in general, like our team is constantly growing. Of course, sort of the developers, engineers, designers, they are very obvious in what they're doing, and very helpful at that, and contributing a lot to what you're seeing on Atomic Hub directly. But then there's also this whole other side of the business where we're getting into business development and marketing and now events, which doesn't impact the product directly, but definitely impacts sort of the roadmap for the company and ultimately which projects end up on Atomic Hub. So yeah, quite exciting.
Yeah, exciting for sure. And as always, I think last week we put out a tweet saying we're still hiring in various areas, so you can always head to our careers page, both for the open roles and a bit about kind of our hiring process and what you can expect as well. So yeah, go and check that out. So you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what have we been working on this week?
Yeah, so no big releases apart from some bug fixes, I believe. But then in terms of what we've been working on, the work on the launch calendar that I already brought up last week is being continued. We're starting the development of like sort of the implementation of a friend system that I already talked about in the past, I believe as well. Sort of a system where we make Atomic Hub a bit more social, not trying to make it a social network, but just trying to give people the opportunity to contact one another via Atomic Hub if they want to do so. And then we also made some good progress on sort of the fiat to NFT solution that we've been working on together with Banksa. Yeah, so productive week overall, no big releases, but making good progress.
Absolutely. So heading over to the Discord, I had an interesting one on the Discord this week. Someone just popped in saying, "Hey, I'm completely new to Wax. How do I get started?" Jona, how would you answer that?
Yeah, I mean that's an open one. I mean, my suggestion to anyone that's getting started is like, one, obviously, like you have to create your account and so on, and that's the first step, and then pretty straightforward on Wax, as most of the viewers and listeners will know. But then, in my opinion, like the best thing you can do is just find something that looks interesting to you and just dive into it. Like maybe just buy an NFT or two to try it out, try trading. Most importantly, probably if you really want to get into it, join a Discord, find a community, and find people that can help you. I think we have such an amazing community on Wax where people are willing to help one another and are willing to help newbies especially, that it would be sort of a waste not to take advantage of that. And that person that asked the question, they are obviously already on our Discord, so they're making good first step there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the great thing about Wax's projects is quite if you jump into a Discord, you can speak to the artists or the developers directly. It's not something you can always get on other chains, and definitely not in Web 2 games. So yeah, just dive in, get talking to people, ask questions, and yeah, hopefully you'll become a valued member of the community that we have. We had a technical question in the Discord as well. So obviously there's various bulk actions you can do on the chain, but this person in particular was talking about the ability to bulk back NFTs. So, for example, to back 100 NFTs with 2 wax each in one go, let's say. Is that something we could look to implementing?
Yeah, I think it's unlikely that we will implement this on Atomic Hub, to be honest, just because it's such a niche feature that a normal user doesn't really need. I could see how a creator might need this, and I guess maybe we could support that in a sort of creator tools at some point. But I mean, realistically, I think anyone that really needs this for probably some sort of own project, some sort of game, if you really need hundreds of them, then you're probably doing something on a bigger scale. And at that point, it probably makes sense into just looking into getting a small script that does that for you, or like customizing that yourself. So, I mean, I don't want to rule it out. I can see the use case. I just think it's quite a niche use case, and there's probably a lot of other things that we would want to tackle before that.
For sure. No, I think that's a perfectly reasonable answer, and I think, as always, we're always looking at ways to kind of improve the creator experience on the site. So yeah, keep an eye on what we're working on, what we're discussing in these AMAs moving forward to see what we're building. I think that's everything for this week. So Jona, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next week.
Okay, thank you. See you next week.